Hey everybody, how is everyone doing this evening? I am going to just make sure I put comments on so I can see if anyone has a question or comment later on. Awesome. Hope everybody's having a great evening tonight. It's Thursday, and we've got some stuff to talk about that's kind of important, especially with everything going on with Gala and the announcement from crypto.com. So I'm just going to have a sip of water before we kind of get into it. And I am excited because it's a Thursday. Tomorrow's a Friday. And hello. Oh, there's a few people here. Drop your name in. Say hi. Let me know you're here. So we got some stuff to talk about. And of course, with this channel and with these live streams that I like to do, it's about education, where I'm hopefully sharing some knowledge that I'm acquiring, and then whatever knowledge you have to share with us, that's great too. But we are going to talk tonight about scams and what we can do to avoid getting scammed in crypto, and especially, and this goes back to what's going on with Gala with their V2 upgrade. Man, when people are down and vulnerable, that's when you see these individuals come out and they really try to take advantage of the situation and really try to do their thing for their gain. And what we're seeing a little bit now so if you're not aware, if you're joining me and you're not quite sure what's going on, so Gala Games is going through a V2, which is an upgrade. It's a version 2. And thank you. Someone liked it. Thank you so much. And so what's been going on is this has been planned for months, by the way. It's not necessarily a surprise, even though some people are like, what's going on? And there's been a lot of FUD surrounding this V2 upgrade with Gala. By the way, I'm not being paid or sponsored by Gala whatsoever. And this it's not necessarily a Gala channel or like live streams, but there's just been so much going on that it'd be like this 400-pound gorilla sitting in the middle of your living room eating popcorn and drinking a Diet Coke or something. It's hard to like avoid that, right? So I want to make sure that I'm giving enough information, especially things that are happening daily with Gala. And what we're seeing that their upgrade, people are coming on and trying to scam investors. And there's a lot of there's phishing scams. There's all kinds of different scams out there. And we're going to talk tonight about how to not be a victim of scams and what we can do to protect ourselves, protect our assets, maybe protect our identities too, because identity theft's a big deal. So there's a lot of things that we want to talk about, and I want to share with you, and I also want to hear your thoughts. So in a nutshell, Gala Games is, as I said before, is upgraded to a version 2. Okay, they're taking a snapshot on Monday, this upcoming Monday, the 15th of May, and it's been out for a while. And they notified us. Wow, how long has it been, guys? Maybe about a month, 3 or 4 weeks, about a month or so ago, they let us know that they're in the process of doing it, and they gave us a date. Yeah, it was just about a month ago. And so what happens is when you are on an exchange, if you keep your crypto on an exchange, that crypto it's not really yours. It's really not. It's the exchanges. They hold the keys. It's a custodial wallet, and they're the custodians. So what happens is, and one of the reasons why we want to avoid keeping our any crypto, on an exchange, unless, and by the way, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm never going to tell you to buy, sell, hold any crypto project. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. So with that said, what happens is when you buy a token or a coin on an exchange, it's still theirs. It's still their token or a coin until you move it off the exchange and you put it in a self-custodial wallet. That could be a hardware wallet, could be, hardware or cold storage, Trezor, Ledger, things like that. Or you could put it on like a Trust wallet, Coinbase wallet, MetaMask wallet, all those things. So those are basically wallets that you possess. You actually have the keys, you have the seed phrases too, which again, it's basically your signature. All right. And that's why you never want to lose those, because what will happen is you have no way to access your wallet if something goes south. So that's why you have to do the Mission Impossible thing, and make a couple different versions. And what I'll go on next week and I'll talk more about how to secure your assets and different things that you can do. And we can kind of get into it a little bit here tonight, but my main objective is giving you kind of a context. So again, with Gala or with any token, so they are upgrading their token, and it's going out to, basically they're taking a snapshot of all addresses everywhere. And what will happen is they will do, and it's, by the way, it's not a swap. And so a swap is basically where you go to a website, they give you a certain amount of time, you go and you do it yourself. Gala is flipping the bill. They're doing this. So imagine the Ethereum fees that Gala is having to put out to do all of this. They're paying those ETH fees. We're not having to do anything. If you were actually going and doing a swap, like a conventional swap, like, okay, here's a website, you got to transfer your tokens, you got to jump through this hoop, we're paying for those gas fees, right? If it's the ERC20, right? And most time it is. We're paying those. So Gala isn't having us do that. They're flipping the bill. I can only imagine what that's going to run, especially with transaction fees, with gas fees up so high. I got a quiz for you, those of you who are watching. Does anyone know why gas fees are so high right now? Can anyone, if anyone was here last night or the night before, you're going to know what I mean. But does anyone have an idea of how come the Ethereum gas fees are so high? I'll give you about 30 seconds or so to kind of see if you come up with an answer. And don't be afraid. If it's wrong, who knows? Who cares, right? We're all a family, so don't worry about it. I should have the Jeopardy theme song. That would be cool, except it's copyright protected. I'd get in trouble. I don't want Alex Trebek to come and, sue me or something. All right, I'll give a few more seconds. And depending on when you're getting this, when you're seeing it, just drop it in anyway. And you can put a thumbs up or whatever. But basically, what's been happening is Pepe. I don't know what the hell he's supposed to be. Is he supposed to be a frog? I think he's supposed to be a frog, right? Anyway, that thing is just going out of control. And, it just amazes me that... Hey, brother. Yep, high congestion. Hey, nice to join us, man. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, Pepe. He's relentless. But I'm not sure, Mysterious, if you heard me, but that's one of the reasons why of course the gas fees are so high. But then that Gala is actually flipping the bill for this. Technically, it's an airdrop. So they're saying it's not, but technically it is. It's definitely not a swap. And also, real quick, and I just did a video about this. Remember how last night we were talking about Crypto.com? Well, Crypto.com came out and made an announcement that they will be supporting the V2 upgrade. So that basically makes every heavy hitter, every top level crypto exchange so far, the only exchange that has come out to say they're not supporting it is Coinbase. But it's interesting because on the end of Crypto.com's document, I went on their support page. They actually make a little thing at the end. And I was like, really? You really actually said that? You were doing great up until then, and then you had to say that. So, but go check out the video if you want to know what it is. It's only like 2.5 minutes long. It's really short. But when we're getting situations now where people are getting attempted scams, right? And I will share with you a situation that didn't happen to me, but I had someone reach out to me, and I'm not going to say their names or who they were or whatever, but they had reached out to me on the phone because I also do crypto consulting, right, and coaching. So I'm not giving investment advice. I'm just teaching people how to use the infrastructure and, showing them how to do this and how to do that and how to do research and all these different things. So that's also what I do, is I do coaching and consulting. So anyway, this person called me on the phone and basically told me that the spouse, unbeknownst to this person that called me, had invested all of their life savings into some platform which was about $60,000, by the way, just so you know. Unbeknownst. Just did it. And I come to find out that this person had no idea about crypto. And it was just a tough situation. And I felt really bad for them. And it was it was a platform that was designed to get you to come in. Like, it was not quite like a staking platform. I really wasn't quite sure what the hell it was, to be honest with you. But it was a real mess, and they lost their entire life savings because of that. So this is when someone is new to crypto, it's imperative to have a fundamental education about do's and don'ts. So we're going to talk about that. Now, I'm putting it in the context of Gala because what's been happening is, if you go on Twitter or, some other, Twitter's just horrible when it comes to that kind of thing. What's been happening is, and if you think I'm wrong, I'll give you a little test. I'll give you a little test if you're on Twitter next time what to do, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, there is people coming on from support from Gala, reaching out to people who, if they ask a question like, hey, what wallet is this? Boom. And this goes back to, if you go in and you type in MetaMask, you put MetaMask in Twitter and you go ahead and make a post about it, you watch. You'll be getting support desk, help desk, all this. Those are all scams designed to get you, to lure you into giving, putting all your money, send us this or send us this amount or that amount, and we'll help you, we'll take care of it for you, whatever. And then people will do that, not knowing any better, and then they lose all their crypto. So scams have been around forever, since probably the dawn of time. But in crypto, it's just faster and it's easier, and they're becoming more elaborate. So there are things that you can do to avoid being scammed. One, no one will reach. If you go to any of the Discord channels, I dare say in any crypto project that's anything that's worth its weight in anything, they're not going to reach out to you first. That's a red flag. No one from these platforms, from the help or support desk, they're never going to reach out to you first. And if you do reach out, make sure that you are actually going, like say for example, Coinbase. You want to make sure you are in the Coinbase app or on, the browser extension or whatever it is, and you're verifying that the support or help desk that you're speaking to is actually genuine. Because what will happen is you could be getting a hold of someone and they're going to say, hey, we'll take care of this here, give me your address and we'll just shift it to we'll move it from a different wallet or whatever they'll say, and then you'll do it, and then you'll lose all you have, and there's no recourse. There's nobody to get that money back. So I've actually had conversations, and on purpose I've actually tried this just to see how that would, in the beginning, and they was totally scamming you. They're asking you this and asking you that and being really nice and all that kind of stuff. And in the back, I'm like, yeah, you're just want maybe my wallet address or even any kind of information that they can get from you. They will try to get in order to steal your assets. So a couple of things. One, never. You might want to I'll give you a second to get a piece of paper out. If anyone's watching. I know, Mysterious, you're a pro, but anyone else who's watching this and you're not sure, get a piece of paper. I'm going to want you to write this down or make a note on your phone, because this is Scott's rule number 1. Never, ever, ever, ever reveal your seed phrases to someone. Never give those to anyone. If you want to provide them for your spouse, hey, I just hope you guys have a good relationship, because if things go south, man, you better look out. But maybe your spouse, or your mom or your dad or grandma or something like that, put it someplace where it's safe. But never tell anyone your seed phrases. Never store your seed phrases on your phone. Because whenever you set up a wallet, those seed phrases, they show up one time. So you don't want to take a screenshot and keep them on your phone, because if your phone gets hacked, they got your screen screenshots and everything, your images. They'll get your tokens, or your seed phrases, and you could be SOL. So for security, and also to prevent yourself, if anyone's asking you for your seed phrases, that is a major red flag, and you got to run fast in the other direction, because they're trying to scam you. Anyone who asks for your seed phrases or your passwords or anything like that, then that's a major red flag, and you really need to just stop conversation. Maybe take some pictures of that, report it to someone if you can. But that's a really kind of a bad situation to be in, because all they're looking is just the more information they get from you, the more they can take. So the more you give, the more they have the opportunity of taking from you. So avoiding scams, and it's tough because regular scam artists, right? A lot, like traditionally, they will go after people who are weak and who are weak and vulnerable. It's like a bully. Like, I can't stand bullies, right? I have zero tolerance for any kind of bullying. But what happens with people who are trying to scam others, they are predators, in my opinion. And I've taught for years people how to deal with predators, right? What you can do to avoid that. And a lot of these guys, they will, even if it's off online, if it's not even digital, but like older people, right? They'll get a hold of the phone number. These guys will get a hold of something, and they'll call you on the phone, and they'll say, hey, I work for so-and-so, and I was driving by your house on such and such, and I noticed that you have this going on, and that could be, you may lose your homeowner's insurance, blah, blah, blah. However, if you make a $500 deposit, then I could come out and fix it, and everything is going to be fine, blah, blah, blah. And then these older people will do it, not thinking any better, and they just got scammed or whatever. So there's various different situations that come up. And this sounds kind of funny. Maybe you'll get a chuckle from it. But I used to get these emails from people saying, hey, I have 4 children that I want to have them be martial arts, and I'm willing to pay, X amount of money for you to work with them and all that. I mean, just an elaborate scheme. And I'm like, man, how many times do I got to get the same damn email? It's like, get some new material. And so that was another attempt of a scam. But here in the crypto space, when you're just getting started, if you've been around a while, you kind of get the idea. Say, yeah, this is, I'm stopping this now. But if you're brand new and you get scammed, that actually could take you right out of crypto. You may be like, the hell with this. I don't want anything to do with crypto anymore. This is crazy. It's all whatever. So there are steps you can take. So the first one, of course, is making sure that you, and if you have any other suggestions that I'm missing, put them in there. Let me know, right? Let us know. So never give out your seed phrases. Never take screenshots of your seed phrases and keep them on your phone. Write them down, at least right now anyway. Write them down on a piece of paper. Or it's really kind of haphazard. All right, I'll be honest with you. And so write them down on a piece of paper and maybe even make 2 copies. To me, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. If you have one only copy of your, your seed phrases, you have one piece of paper, okay? It's right here. All of a sudden, something comes up, throws it in the trash. That could have been whatever you had in Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever. If someone comes through and they don't have any idea, you are toast. So what you want to do, so avoiding scams and security to me kind of goes hand in hand. They're like, it's like peanut butter and jelly kind of a thing. So you want to make sure that you're writing your seed phrases down, write them down, 2 copies, and make sure that you're putting them someplace safe and protected. If you have a safe at home or a safety deposit box in your bank or whatever else or someplace else, it's a real good idea to have a couple different copies. I wouldn't have 3 or 4 copies flying around because the more you have out, that also compromises you. Put them someplace where maybe only you know where it is, because again, what if someone comes into your home, breaks into your home, you're not there, but you have all your seed phrases because you're going to write down the wallet, you're going to write down your passwords, you're going to write everything down. Everything's going to be right there, so you don't have to worry about trying to fumble around. Those get taken, they can access your accounts and steal everything. So with scamming and that kind of thing, also with security, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself. So let's see let's see what's going on. Yeah, I'm going to click this on here. I'll tell you something. You can do that. I mean, it's totally up to you. You certainly can do that. That's a lot of moving around. No, that's a lot of installing, uninstalling, everything else. The one thing with Trust Wallet, that's a real good wallet, by the way. If you're going to have a hot wallet, a software wallet, Trust Wallet's a great wallet. I don't think they've been hacked. They have really robust security, and so that's a real good wallet. If it works for you, my friend, absolutely. If that's what you want to do. I myself have really never done that, but if it works, hey, if it adds another layer of security, then by all means, if it works for you, that's great. We just want to make sure that when people are new, because we don't know, and it's not that we're stupid or we're ignorant, but a lot of people say, "Oh, have you ever heard that saying before where it's just common sense?" Well, yeah, it's common sense if you're a rocket scientist and you're trying to create some new kind of propulsion for NASA. Well, of course it's common sense for you. You know what the hell you're talking about. But for me, I would be like, I don't know what you're saying. All right. So common sense is common if you've been around it for a while. But it's not so common sense if you're brand new and you don't know. I mean, the idea, especially in crypto, is, for me anyway, is if I've been through it, I don't want you to go through it, because maybe I was fortunate. Maybe I didn't lose everything, but I could have. Why would I want you to learn? Because now we're not just talking about like knowledge. We're talking about like assets and your livelihood and your future and the future of your family. So my objective with this channel, and those of you guys who watch, it's about education. It's about knowledge and giving people tools and expanding it's like a toolbox. Every time we do something, we're adding another tool in the toolbox, because the more tools we have, we can do a variety of jobs. We can do a lot more because we have a lot more tools, right? If you have just a hammer, you can only do so much with a hammer. But now you add a screwdriver, now you add a wrench, and now you add all these different, Allen wrenches and all these different pliers, and whatever. You expand your toolbox of knowledge, so that way you can deal with and address situations. And I'm a big believer in being proactive. So when it comes to scams, some of them are just like, I can't believe this guy's really trying to scam me. Some are like subtle, but if you're in the crypto space and anyone tries to reach out to you saying they're from customer support, and you had no idea, you didn't you didn't do a work order or a ticket, then I would be like, verify. Don't give them any information at all. Don't give them your login information. And that's another thing. Don't give anyone your login information to your exchanges or your wallets. Don't give them your passwords. I mean, don't give them anything, because it's so easily. I'd rather go with being inconvenienced than being financially broke. All my crypto investments are gone. So just something to consider when we're kind of working with crypto. Now, so Mysterious, I know, how are you doing tonight? I'm kind of shifting gears a little bit for a minute. How are things going, my friend? And who else is here? If you're here, give a thumbs up or drop in. Or if you have your own security, or there, that's it. So Mysterious, I'm not sure. I don't know if it was you last night. I don't think so. Someone had came on, for you guys who are watching, and actually communicated basically the amount of the amount that they had for a particular crypto project, which was substantial. And I was like, holy bleep, that's great. Please don't tell anybody again how many you have, because that again could put you on the crosshairs. If someone's watching, if someone comes on, now right now my live streams are smaller, but I'm sure that in time, thanks to you guys, they'll grow and more people will be here, that you may get people just kind of watching and being a voyeur and say, oh, this particular person, this handle, whatever, has this amount. Okay, that may put you unnecessarily in the crosshairs. So another thing that I do is I will never tell anyone how much I have. I will never tell you specifically where I'm storing them. I will never tell you how much of a particular crypto I have. I'll maybe give you a ballpark figure, but and that's just a security, because again, you don't want to be put in the crosshairs of anyone trying to scam you, because if they know you have lots of crypto, then you could be opening up yourself to a situation that you don't really want to be in. So I'm just curious, who else has any things that have you guys ever been scammed or attempted to? Has anyone tried to reach out to you and ask you for your seed phrases or your account information before? Oh man. So I'm not quite sure. I have this set for my podcast for these live streams where hopefully when I'm communicating doesn't take too long to. It's like I have it set for like low latency, so hopefully it shouldn't take too long to get to you guys. But if you're still here, would love to know if you have been scammed, then it's a real unfortunate situation. And I even look at rug pulls as being scammed, because that is too. A rug pull, when that happens, really, really sucks. Especially if it's part of a crypto project that you believed in, for however long. A lot of times I've found that rug pulls happen very quickly, and they can be like a slow rug pull too. Like you could be in for a while, and there was a crypto project that was around, that was popular, and I don't want to say the name of it, but I believe that ended up being, because I had invested in it and I started seeing what was happening, and I was out. I'm like, I'm out of here, because I didn't feel comfortable with it, and I felt, there was a trembling in the force with me anyway, that this project was having some trouble. So I liquidated my position, and I'm really glad that I did, because a few months later the head developer just left. He left, and it just imploded. So, and at one point it had a strong thriving community and was growing, but it just died out. So that, to me, a rug pull can be also a scam, because you're being taken for a ride, and it's the same thing with traditional scams. So be mindful of that. If anyone wants your information through an email or something along those lines, man, don't give it to them, because you could be opening up yourself to some bad stuff going on. So, but how's everyone doing tonight? Let's take a second and breathe. How are we feeling about the week? How are we feeling about Crypto.com supporting Gala? And it's interesting because Gala's price was down today. It was down, 284? I'm not surprised. We had a little bit of a pump yesterday because of Binance, but I think we're gonna be hovering around the threes for a while. I think we're gonna be sitting here for a little bit. So we're just gonna see how that all kind of plays out. I gotta have water. Been sitting at my desk all day long. So we'll just kind of figure out what will happen in the future. But I've got my Gala someplace nice and safe for that snapshot, and I hope you guys do too if you have Gala, or if any crypto project. I hope it's not in an exchange. I hope you have it in a wallet someplace. Oh, excuse me, guys. It's been a long day. Pretty quiet tonight. I'm glad you guys are here. I hope everyone is getting ready for the weekend. What's going on this weekend? Oh yeah. So my band and I, we're rehearsing on Saturday. And by the way, I am really stoked. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. So we're coming out with our first EP. I'm a drummer, amongst other things, jack of all trades sort of a thing. And my band, One Way Forward, we were in the recording studio. God, it seemed like it was for like about a month, just doing tracks and doing mixing and doing, mastering and all that kind of stuff. So our EP is coming out on the 26th of this month of May. So I'm really excited, and I think what I may end up trying to do is at some point is maybe because we own the copyrights to the music, of course, that we wrote, and maybe I'll create a theme song for my podcasts, or even my YouTube videos. That would be cool. One of our songs. Mm. So what else is happening tonight, guys? Before we go onward, it's pretty quiet tonight. This is my first Thursday evening live stream. So I'm trying to find the right days. I'm thinking maybe start out with 3 days a week. I don't know. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, perhaps. I don't know. We'll have to see. Definitely not Sundays. Maybe a Saturday here and there. I'm going to have to experiment and see what days and times still work the best. So, but we'll figure it out, and we're just going to keep on going strong. We're just going to keep going. So, I don't know what it is, but man, I'm really... I actually bought a little bit earlier today. I'm gonna put you on here. Yeah. I don't know. I actually, I, I had some Gala left on my exchange, but I transferred that out today, and I bought some more too. Um, so that way, I have a nice round, like even number, so I feel good about that. I know that tomorrow, and I'm not sure what time, they'll stop trading, but I would suspect anytime after midnight Eastern time, um, chances are they'll stop trading with Gala. And I know that a lot of these other exchanges are, well, because they're delisting them, of course. So, man, I really hope that people who have Gala on Coinbase, I really hope they were paying attention. And, man, because I would hate to have people lose out. And that's another thing. So, another thing that we've been seeing, and things just pop in my head as we go. So thank you for bringing that up, man. I appreciate it. Is if you're on Coinbase, and I think probably on Binance and some of the other ones too, it's Gala and it has a V1 on it. What I've been hearing, some rumblings of that people have been being approached that they will, if they send their V1 to this address, then they'll get airdropped the V2 token. There hasn't even been a snapshot yet. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you are brand new to crypto and you have no idea, you might actually, and it's not your fault. You might fall for it. You might fall for that going, oh, okay, I didn't think I'd do anything, but all right, that's cool. Expecting to get your token, right, in exchange for the V1, but in reality, what you just did is you gave all of your tokens that were still able to be utilized, and now they took it and they sold, and then you've lost out, and you won't get your V2 token. So it's about that snapshot, and that's going to happen on Monday. So all trading for, I think, most of the exchanges that are which is pretty much everyone supporting Gala, I think they are stopping on Monday at whatever time, because I believe the snapshot begins around 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I don't know how long it'll take for that airdrop to occur. Hopefully, it'll happen fast. That would be really good because I just really think that Gala will get relisted on Coinbase again. I think Coinbase is just being Coinbase, and they're going to wait until this V2 is done, and then it probably may take some, and I don't have a crystal ball, I don't know, guys, but that's kind of what I'm thinking, is that at some point, probably maybe during the beginning of the summer or a couple, who knows, that they will relist. Now, it's interesting, and what do you guys think? Do you guys think that that Coinbase will relist Gala version 2? And if you do, how long do you think it'll take? I mean, I think that, it'll be interesting to see, but the main thing is just getting your stuff off there. And I wouldn't even keep your Gala or anything on an exchange. I'm like a broken record, I know. It's like, man, Scott, get some new material. I want to pump that into everyone's heads. Get your crypto off the exchanges. I agree. I think they're scared of the SEC too, which is they're going to fight them. So I don't understand. Maybe I don't get it, because they have other tokens on there that the SEC, I'm sure, would consider securities. They consider pretty much everything except for Bitcoin a security. So they're willing to fight Brian Armstrong, who's the head of Coinbase. He's like, yeah, we'll take them to court. I mean, they're one of the only exchanges powerful enough that can hopefully outlast these guys. So I just don't know why. I don't know if it's because you got these smaller exchanges supporting the Gala. Even though if you're on a really small exchange, I would get my Gala out of there, or get any crypto, because that's again, put on a hot wallet, put on a software wallet, get it out of there, someplace where it's safe, man. Because that's definitely not where you want to keep your stuff. Definitely not where you want to keep your stuff right now. I have I have just about, if I told you how much I have on my Coinbase exchange, you guys would laugh, because I have nothing on there really. Probably a couple bucks. That's about it. Everything else is all tied up in staking and everything else. Someplace nice and safe where, they can't be hacked or whatever. Hopefully not. Knock on wood. So let's see. How many people we got here right now? We have 4 people. Mysterious, man. You're the Lone Ranger in comments. We need to get out. I wish I could see who was here. I'd like everyone to pop in and say hi. Don't worry. I won't put you on blast. Maybe. But it's nice to know who's here. Mysterious, you haven't missed any of my live streams, have you? Dude, you've been every night, man. And this is my 4th one, I think. You probably have a better idea than I do. I mean, damn. Hear me ramble on? I'm a talker, so it's not too bad. Being being Canadian French. God, is that? Hope I didn't just whatever, but I could talk. You get me going, especially after coffee. Well, no, before in the morning. I'm curious. My morning ritual is this. I'll get up, and let's see here. Oh, cool, man. Well, I appreciate it. Dude, I try to be. It's all about, when I try to be the dad that I never had. You know what I mean? I try to be the because all of my like in the for my martial arts teachers, all of my martial arts teachers were like former special forces or law enforcement or both, or whatever. So, and very intense. So, which is great, and I love that. I just have a different teaching style, depending on what I'm working with. But my biggest thing when I was teaching martial arts was working with kids. That was kind of like my thing. So I try to, and I don't know if I'm always successful in it, try to communicate to people, not talking down to people, because I don't know about you guys, I can't stand that shit. When someone is like, they talk down to you like you're not intelligent, or you're not. It shows a lack of respect and on being uninvolved on their part. Now, I never want to do that to anyone that I'm working with or that I'm teaching or communicating with, because everyone to me has value. And I also want to make sure that when I'm teaching something, I'm trying to do it very simply to get to the root of what's going on. Because you could totally over explain things in crypto. I mean, you could just go so much that people would be just like, there's no way I can do this. It's so intimidating. So what I try to do is take that intimidation factor out of the equation and just have people and just communicate. And I don't know it all, man. There's certain things that I haven't done that I don't feel comfortable doing. Like, I really haven't gotten involved in. I know about it, like yield farming and stuff like that. That's something that I really haven't done, and I'm not big onto NFTs right now. I'm just not. That's not, and I think it's okay. You don't have to be an expert at every single thing. Like, I know zero about coding. Solidity, what's that? But I know about utilizing the infrastructure, and I know what not to do, and I know certain things that can help a person become successful. And it'll be up to that person. But so yeah, a lot of my focus is just on teaching in a way that's genuine, because that's what I want. I don't want anyone to BS me or whatever. So I appreciate the compliment, man. Small group tonight, but we've had a bunch of likes, so that's a good thing. I really appreciate that. I appreciate you supporting my channel, man. Yeah. That a lot of people really are into NFTs, non-fungible tokens, of course. The idea is, it's like a picture is like art. It's like you own it. But it's not a Picasso, but you can basically NFTs, you can tokenize anything. Right? So I can make an NFT out of anything. Here's a pen in my hand. Bang, it's an NFT. It has this utility in this game. Boom. So you can create NFTs for a lot of things. Music and pictures and just basically whatever you want. So I'm still on the fence of NFT sustainability. We'll see in 5 years if they're still around, or it'll morph into something else, which will probably happen. So, but if I'm in a position where someone's like, "Hey, you win an NFT," oh great, sure, I'm okay with that. But I'm not gonna go ahead and buy. I'm not gonna go ahead and buy one. At least not right now, anyway, because I'm just at that place. Now that may change. Something may morph. I may find out some more information or whatever, and I may be like, "Oh, okay, well maybe I'll look into it." But right now, NFTs really are not kind of on my plate right now. I know tonight we're kind of talking about scams and stuff like that, and just having investors being compromised. It's so easy to do that, if someone's not careful. So if anyone's watching this, please be mindful and just in general, not even in crypto, but the thing that infuriates me the most is like you have someone. What happened to my mother and my mother-in-law? People are calling her on the phone, wanting her to like, well, you need to pay for this and what's your credit card number, and they have a. It's crazy, people, man. To take advantage of people that are who they feel are weaker or older folks, man, there's got to be a special place for you to go, because that's just messed up. When you're taking advantage of people who can't really defend themselves or they know any better, that's just wrong on all levels. But people do that all the time. There was a show that I watched where this guy was awesome, because what he would do is he would uncover like these scam artists, and he would go and scam the scam artist. It's freaking great. I love that. I was like, yeah, man. I forgot what channel it was on, or how long. I saw maybe 1 or 2 episodes, but I thought, man, that was really neat. Now, of course it's on TV, so how much of it's really accurate? But I thought it was just cool. The concept, anyway, I thought was really cool. So, oh man, this may be a short live stream tonight. Thursday nights may not necessarily be a prime evening, or maybe it's the time. So, Mysterious, let me ask you a question. Is this time too early, too late, or perfect timing for you? I'm just trying to get, just because right now you're engaging the most, I want to get your thoughts. What do you think of the time frame? And I totally forgot where you're from. Are you from Holland? If not, I'm going to feel really stupid. I guess the trick is for trying to find the right time. That's right, you're in the East Coast. Who was from Holland? I can't remember, but oh. Holland, Michigan, Jesus. Dude, I thought you were like Holland, like, wow, he's from Holland, man, that's awesome. I know if you're in the East Coast, you're good, but if you're in like the Midwest or California, but I really don't want to do a 9-10 o'clock live stream. My wife would kill me. Kill me. But I guess there's the replay, right? So I guess people could come on and watch the replay if they wanted to. Oh man, that just cracked me up. Holland, Michigan. That's right. I got it now. I won't forget that, my friend. $9:30. Wow. How long does he do the live streams? Who's George? I don't know who George is. Is he into crypto? Now I'm curious. Now, see, this is where I want to learn now. And anyone else who pops in, put your name in. Let me know you're here. Is that a live stream? I'm losing my marbles. Oh, okay. Cool. So he does his live streams are 40 minutes? Wow, I thought you had to go on for like 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 hours for some live streams. Hmm. Yeah, trying to find. I don't really see a whole. I haven't seen a whole lot. Oh, that's cool. So he does more than crypto. He does stocks too. Yes. You know, one area that I have a rudimentary understanding is technical analysis. That's not something that I mean, I watch videos about TA, and man, you can really go deep into the technical analysis part. I I honestly, my main focus is on. I really do a lot of my own research when it comes to like what the fundamentals of a project are. What is the community? What's the use cases? So I really dig into all that stuff, and yeah, I'll go in, I'll find where everything. I'll look at the charts a little bit, and then I'll hear what people have to say about it. But that's probably the least for me, the least amount of what I look into. Um, when it comes to determining, maybe where crypto is going to go, or where it's been. I think it's important to understand some TA. That's just for me, not necessarily my main focus, but I respect the hell out of those guys who really focus on the technical analysis part of it. Even though there's been a few guys that I watch, like, man, you're totally wrong on that. And you see a video, and then a month or two later, it's like, man, this person's totally off base. But who am I? At least they're putting themselves out there, at least giving people information and knowledge. So that's what counts. So, well, hey, brother. We've been kind of going for about an hour, and I don't know. You think later would be maybe like an 8 o'clock kind of a thing? Even though I like 7 o'clock, though. 7 o'clock's a really good... It feels good for me. But... And I know when I came on Friday, like last Friday, we had a good amount of people. So maybe I want to try to pick maybe 3 or 4 days a week to go live on. And we'll see. We'll narrow it down. I still have to see how that's all going to go. But anyway, I wanted to come on for anyone who watches this. Again, we're a family here, and we're building and we're growing, and I appreciate you all very much. And Mysterious Man, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much. And I'll probably come on tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But I hope you have a good night, man. And everyone who's watching, thank you so much. And remember, here at the Crypto Dojo, crypto never sleeps. Good night, guys.